So this is TNT Transport. They were around in 1970. They were around when Brambles were around. They were a truck and transport company. They were orange and white. They were down at Footscray Road, some of their depots. My uncle drove for them. Back in the day, eh?
Oh, well, there was always the time when you get knocked off and you feel like you shouldn't have been knocked off, but then again, they only got you for 2 minutes of the 36 hours coming back, haven't they? You know, so they've missed out on a lot.
So what this guy's done is kept the truck, got it done up, and kept it for himself for memories. And good on him.
Hi, I'm Mick. I'm from Tassie. I come over to drive this for Klaus and Jean Derricks at the time, I'm going to say 89 by the time I stepped into it. I had 2 years with them over a period of 3 different trucks, but this was the main one. Found this after a long time, stumbled across it, decided I'd do it up. Yeah, anyway, so he came to ride the log truck. He goes, we talked through the day. He said, why don't you come and drive for me? And I always wanted to go to the mainland. And I go, yeah, good idea. Anyway, long story cut short, he offered me the job 3 times, and the 4th time I took it, right? Because I wanted to go, and I had a good job back home that I liked, and I had a Louisville that I picked up from brand new, and that was probably going on 2.5 years old. So I thought this is a good opportunity. So at the Christmas time in '88, yeah, it was '88. The Christmas time in '88, I come over with Klaus, or Herbie. I'll refer him to as Herbie too sometimes. But I come over with Klaus and done a trip to Perth. So I went to Perth and we come back, and I met a few other blokes at that time over there too, which I'm still good friends with today on that very first trip. Anyway, that was all right. So we done that, and I done some driving and so forth. At Easter time, Klaus said, you want to do another trip? And I thought, yeah, good chance. I'll go by. He said, I want you to go by yourself this time. So I went and done it by myself, and of course, you come out from the highlands of Tasmania and start running across that Nullarbor there, it's a long way in certain spots. And it was fine. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Anyway, I think that cemented the job, the second run across there. I did go to that particular trip. I was in Inspiration, which is identical to this pretty much, except it was a little bit older truck. Anyway, I went to Perth, and Inspiration was the second truck out of Perth. This was always the first one. So they said, we're going to send you guys to Esperance to get a load of fish. So I went to Esperance, and so did another guy, right, who I'm very good friends with today. Like super good friends. We're very close. We talk to each other once every 6 months and see each other once every 12 months or 2 years. So speak very highly of him. So anyway, we end up going to Esperance and getting fish, and they're chucking shark bodies in and icing them down, and we left there and we 14 hours straight through to Ceduna to unload them. Hose out, no mobile phones back then. They were starting to get about, but you had to make the phone call. So we ring up and go, hey, what are we doing? They go, you're going to Port Lincoln to get fish. So down to Port Lincoln, we load Orange Ruffy the next day, out of there, and some come back here to the markets, and my load went out to Pakenham. So I hadn't drove through Melbourne at this point, and this is back in the old, open the old Melways up, head out to Pakenham. Then there was no freeway out there at that time, Anyway, so out to Pakenham I go and come back, and of course, because we got out of step, because we'd done so much, I didn't go to Perth that week. They sent me to Sydney. So I shot up to Sydney, and that was my first trip up the Hume and back down the Hume, sort of on the old road, So you got a bit of a taste of what was going on up there. Went back home, and Klaus offered me the job again, and I thought there was something happened with the other job. And no disrespect to the people that I worked for, it was the start of tachographs. And I'm going, no. So I said to Klaus, I'm in. So I left Tassie. I went to Devonport to the airport. I had an Adidas bag in one hand, right, with my clothes in it, and I had another Adidas bag with a toolbox in it. Got on the plane, got off, got a taxi down to Footscray Road, and here's the truck sitting there, and I go, right, so I've got to get a bit of bedding. I'll show you something. They laugh about me bag because I got rope on them. That is the Adidas bag that I done my first trip to Perth with, and it goes to it every time I go in the truck. It goes with me. I do get into a lot of trouble because of it. So I started doing the Melbourne Perth bit, which was really great. Inspiration loaded the